Cynthia Reyes-Fillmore, the pastor here at Beulah Church, and I want to welcome you to the first program of our Music on the Hill series. You should have received a brochure as you were coming in the door. It lists all the program offerings for the year, and I want to point out next month in particular, March 22nd, is the Beulah Handbell Choirs, so we hope you will come back for that concert. As you are leaving today, the ushers will have offering plates, and we invite you to make a contribution. It helps us to fund Music on the Hill programs. And then, of course, please stay after the concert. We will have a reception in our fellowship hall. And so now, please enjoy the Opus 2 String Orchestra concert.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Opus 2's Concert of Disney Music. We're delighted to be part of Beulah Church's Music on the Hill series today. Since the premiere of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 1937, Walt Disney Studios has been delighting audiences of all ages with movies that bring fairy tales and folklore and mythology and legends to life. We hope you'll be delighted today as we bring you music from 6 beloved Disney films. But before we begin, would you take a moment, please, and silence your cell phones and other electronic devices. And we also ask that you refrain from flash photography during the performance, although you're more than welcome to videotape or take non-flash photography. And now, would you please welcome our concert mistress, Amber Eckert, to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, our conductor, Ms. Mari Cooper. Our first selection sets the tone for the entire concert. The spirit of adventure is from the motion picture Up, a whimsical tale about a grouchy, retired balloon salesman named Carl. Faced with problems and seemingly doomed to a future in a nursing home, Carl escapes by tying thousands of helium balloons to his house. His goal is to land at Paradise Falls in South America, a place that he and his wife had always dreamed of visiting. As his house floats away, Carl discovers he has a stowaway, an 8-year-old wilderness explorer named Russell, who just happened to be on his front porch as the house took off. Now stuck with each other, Carl and Russell make a few new friends on their adventure, like Doug, a dog with a special collar that allows him to talk, and Kevin, a 13-foot-tall flightless bird. The spirit of adventure was used during the movie's closing credits, but its words make it appropriate to open this concert. Adventure is out there. It's heading our way. So grab your scarf and goggles, let's fly. I mapped out our journey. We're up here to stay. A sunset our home, a moonbeam we will own. My spirit of adventure is you. Enchanted tells the tale of soon-to-be married Giselle, who thinks she's found her one true love in Prince Edward. However, Edward's evil stepmother, Queen Nerissa, is unwilling to give up her throne to Giselle. So she banishes her from the magical, animated kingdom of Andalasia to the very harsh, live-action world known as Next on the program is music from The Little Mermaid, who is Princess Ariel, the youngest daughter of King Triton, who's fascinated by the forbidden human world. Hidden away in a sea cave are many human artifacts that Ariel's found, and while they give her pleasure, she finds herself longing to be a part of that world. In the past to offer. Sebastian's unable to change Ariel's mind, however, and against her father's wishes, she again sneaks to the surface of the ocean. She observes a birthday celebration taking place on a ship in honor of a prince named Eric. A horrible storm erupts, and Prince Eric nearly drowns in the rough waves, but Ariel rescues him and drags the unconscious prince onto the beach where she sings to him. When he awakes, Ariel's gone. Back under the sea, Ariel's lovesick and desperate to be reunited with Eric. She visits a sea witch named Ursula and makes a bargain with her. In exchange for Ariel's beautiful voice, Ursula gives her human legs on one condition. She must receive the kiss of true love from Eric within 3 days. Otherwise, she'll turn back into a mermaid and belong to Ursula. Ariel agrees, and she returns to the surface world. Eric finds her on the beach and suspects she's the one who saved his life. But since she can't speak, let alone sing, he discards that notion. Still, they spend 2 wonderful days together, and the attraction begins to grow. With time running out, Sebastian knows that Erica and Ariel need to kiss, so he sets the mood and sings our next song, the calypso-oriented Kiss the Girl. Unfortunately, due to some meddling eels who work for Ursula, the kiss doesn't happen. And Ariel becomes transformed back into a mermaid. Of course, The Little Mermaid wouldn't be a true Disney movie if it didn't have a happy ending. So eventually, Ariel returns to human form, and she and Prince Eric are reunited and live happily ever after. Please enjoy it now as we present music from The Little Mermaid. Journey with us now to a mythical land somewhere in the Middle East as we revisit the tale of Aladdin. Like the movie, our medley begins with the exotic song Arabian Nights, where a street merchant welcomes us to Agrabah and proceeds to tell the story of how a seemingly ordinary oil lamp changed the course of a young man's life. The Sultan of Agrabah is looking for a prince to marry his beautiful daughter Jasmine, but no suitable suitor has been found. Tired of being cooped up in the palace, Princess Jasmine puts on a disguise and sneaks out into the marketplace, where she meets Aladdin, a lowly street urchin. The two hit it off, but when their true identities are revealed, they're separated. Then, the Sultan's evil vizier, Jafar, tricks Aladdin into entering the Cave of Wonders to retrieve a magical lamp for him. When Jafar tries to kill Aladdin, The young man manages to escape with the lamp, and when he rubs the lamp, a genie appears and promises to grant 3 wishes to Aladdin, his new master. Already smitten with Princess Jasmine, Aladdin's first wish is to become a prince so that he can marry her. Aladdin's wish is granted and he becomes Prince Ali. He makes a grand entrance into the palace, but Jasmine isn't having it because she's thinking of the street urchin she met in the marketplace. Rather than telling her the truth, Aladdin keeps pretending to be Prince Ali, and he whisks Jasmine away on a magical carpet ride around the world, showing her many sights and surprises. And as they fly along, he sings our next song, A Whole New World, where he offers her a life of excitement and wonder beyond the palace walls if she'll just commit herself to him. The last song in our arrangement from Aladdin is Friend Like Me. This comical piece is sung by the genie when he first appears to Aladdin to convince the young man that his powers are real. Through his crazy antics, Genie makes it clear that he'll do whatever Aladdin asks of him. And he keeps emphasizing, you ain't never had a friend like me. While the storyline for Aladdin is complex and twisted, the message isn't. In this movie where people are always pretending to be someone or something they're not, the message is clear. To thine own self be true. So now, please enjoy our selections from Aladdin. travel from the desert sands of the Middle East to the lush forests of the Scottish Highlands. Brave tells the tale of a princess who would rather be galloping through the forest on her horse and shooting her bow and arrow instead of enduring her mother's endless lessons on etiquette and protocol. Our medley from Brave begins with the song Fate and Destiny, a haunting piece as mysterious as the will-o-wisps that appear in the movie to guide the characters. Next, you'll hear Touch the Sky, an inspiring song that the princess sings as she explores the rugged and majestic landscape of Scotland. The Games sets the scene for a fierce competition between the firstborn of neighboring clans. The prize is the princess's hand in marriage, which is much to her displeasure. Wishing to maintain her independence, she selects archery for the competition. And since she is the firstborn of her clan, she enters herself as a contestant and wins. This upsets her mother, Queen Eleanor, who wants to see her daughter follow the long-standing tradition. Mother and daughter argue, and she storms off and stumbles upon a witch's cottage and asks the witch to put a spell on her mother to change her. The witch gives her a small pie, and when the queen takes a bite, she changes all right, but into a bear. Regretting what she's done, the little princess takes her mother back to the witch's cottage to have the spell reversed, but the witch is gone. Instead, she finds a cryptic message from her with instructions on how to reverse the spell, but the princess doesn't quite understand them. If the spell isn't lifted soon, the queen will remain a bear forever and never to return to her human form. As she tries to figure out how to help her mother, she remembers a dreamlike memory from when she was a little girl. She was frightened by a storm, and she climbed into the waiting arms of her mother. The queen calmed her by singing a Gaelic lullaby called Noble Maiden Fair, which you'll hear as part of our medley tonight. The memory increases her determination to lift the spell from her mother, but time seems to be running out. The witch's message said something about mending. So Marita tries mending the tapestry of her family that she had to cut when she was angry with her mother. In the end, though, it was really their hearts that needed to be mended. With the spell now reversed and Queen Eleanor returned to human form, we hear the majestic and triumphant theme of Marita's home. Opus 2 will now present music from Brave. Before we begin our last selection, I want to tell you about a unique opportunity to support the OPUS 2-string orchestra. There'll be an encore performance of this concert tomorrow afternoon at the Monroeville Barnes & Noble, beginning at 2 o'clock. On the back of your program is a voucher you can use for purchases at Barnes & Noble, and a percentage of everything you buy will be given to the orchestra. The voucher's good all day long tomorrow at the Monroeville location, and it's also valid for online purchases at barnesandnoble.com/bookfairs until February 14th. We hope you'll be able to attend our performance tomorrow, but if you can't, you can still support the orchestra by making an in-store or online purchase. As long as you provide the voucher number, the orchestra will get credit for whatever you buy. Please share the voucher number with your family and friends, including those who live out of state, because purchases can be made online. We really thank you for this. It helps support the program. And now for the conclusion of today's performance. Opus 2 presents selections from Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. In this exciting movie, Captain Jack Sparrow crosses paths with a woman from his past named Angelica. She's the daughter of the most feared pirate, Blackbeard, and as Blackbeard's prisoner, Jack finds himself in an unexpected adventure to find the Fountain of Youth. Meanwhile, another enemy of Jack's, the untrustworthy Barbossa, is also looking for the fountain. It's a race against time with schemes and double crosses along the way to see who will reach the fountain first and take the first drink from its life-extending waters. The first musical excerpt you'll hear is a familiar one, Guilty of Being Innocent of Being Jack Sparrow, reprises Jack's theme, which has been used in all of the pirate movies. Then, the piece transitions into a fiery bolero called Angelica that reflects the love-hate relationship between her and Jack, and the sparks that fly anytime they're together. The legend of the Fountain of Youth claims that two people must drink its water simultaneously from two silver chalices. One of the chalices must contain a mermaid's tear as well, and whoever drinks from that chalice will experience eternal youth. But the one who drinks from the chalice without the tear will die. In order for Blackbeard to successfully drink from the fountain, he must have a mermaid's tear, so he and the crew set out to trap one. Our next theme, mermaids, reflects the beauty of these mysterious and graceful creatures. Blackbeard is introduced in the next section. His heavy, dark theme captures the evil that lurks in his cold heart. Our piece concludes with the music for the end credits. Again, a familiar theme to fans of the pirate movies. This quick, lively anthem features accented rhythms that drive it to its exciting conclusion, making all of us experience the thrill of being a swashbuckling pirate. want to thank you all for coming today and hope you enjoyed the concert. Please remember our Barnes & Noble fundraiser tomorrow in the store and online through February the 14th. The funds help underwrite the costs of OPUS 2 and also allow us to provide scholarships for our graduating seniors. Thank you again. Safe travels. Good night.